right, guys, this says I'm going to teach you a technique to find the best bang for the buck 6.5 millimeter Creedmoor training and match ammo for your setup. Try this out and post results below, because this is a little bit different way of thinking about the analytics of finding what's best for your setup. First, for this test, the Aguila round far underperformed. I am avoiding it until proven otherwise. And if Aguila wants to send us some better ammo or a different type of ammo, I'm fine. I will redo the test with that ammo. The Winchester training round overperformed, scoring identical to a well-known match round. This is pretty amazing for me. I am buying the Winchester and the match round right now. There are 3 shooters in this analysis with varying PRS experience. We shot 5-round groups, and I wanted to reduce the human error some, not completely, but just to reduce it some, so I eliminated 1 outlier per group. Now, some of you guys right away are gonna say, you can't do that, you can't do that. Yes, you can do that. Statistically, you can do it. You have to explain why. And the reason why I'm doing that is that I wanted to look at the ammo capability within the rifle shooter variances. Finally, guys, I want you to test this out on your own. Use your own ammo, use your own rifle, and try it out and see if you get the same results. I'd be curious, very curious to see if you get the same results that I do. And I got a couple of more experienced shooters here with me. I want to introduce you guys. Know McKinley, that has been on a couple of our channel videos before. And then we have Jonathan coming in as well. And we're gonna test 5 different rounds of ammo. But before we get started, I want to give these guys a couple of Black Rifle Coffee gifts. And this is a shout out to Jonathan at Black Rifle Coffee. Which one do you guys care for? Espresso with cream or black rich mocha chocolate?
I'll take the mocha.
I'm not picky. All
right, there you go. Take this guy. All right, very cool. All right, so really cool. These guys, they're not sponsoring this video, but they're really good guys, and I know these guys love their products. So guys, talk a little bit about your gear that we're shooting today.
So guys, I've got the same gun that I've been shooting for a little while now. It's a Bergara in a Kinetic Research Group chassis. I've got a Vortex optic on it, as well as a dead air suppressor. It's nothing super special. It's just something I put together to sort of step into the long range shooting or precision world.
Yeah, so I've got a Tikka T3X or CTR. It's the 20-inch 6.5 Creedmoor stainless steel. The only modifications I've done to it from the factory are I placed it in a KRG chassis. This is the Whiskey 3. So up here we've got a clip-on spot for clip-on night vision. I forget what they call it. And then we have a spigot mount down here just to get that bipod placed out a little bit further. Just gives you better control of the gun when you're prone. I don't have a muzzle device at the moment, but Surefire suppressor's on the way. For optics, running the Nightforce NX8. It's 2.5 to 20 with the Trimmer 3 reticle. If you guys know anything about the Trimmer 3, it's excellent if you want to make wind calls, stuff like that. Sitting on a spur mount. These mounts are super expensive, but I don't think you can get a better mount, honestly. They're rock solid. Mounting any accessories to them are super easy. If you need something for like a Wilcox rangefinder, something like that, it's super easy to mount them up. So I went with the T3X because our guys at work that run these professionally, they run these Tikkas next to Accuracy Internationals and stuff like that, and they hold up just for the money. I mean, you're talking $1,000 for the base rifle, and they shoot well under half MOA if you do your part.
So talk a little bit about your, before we go further, can you talk a little bit about your experience with this guy?
So I'm still pretty new to the long range shooting. It's just something that I've wanted to jump into recently. So this is something I've sort of seen it a lot on the internet as being a really good chassis, and I also think it looks cool.
It's freaking
so I've shot this out to about 800 yards. Again, I'm pretty new to this world. I don't have a ton of experience. It's just something I'm trying to learn while I'm just having a good time.
And you got me sucked in, because you started doing it, and I said, all right, I gotta get one of these. So Jonathan, you got a little bit more experience, is that right?
Just a little bit. I'm a sheriff's deputy in North Carolina, so I'm lucky to work with some guys that use these kind of weapon systems professionally. So they kind of got me hooked on the long range game. So I'm just trying to be as good as them one day. But yeah, I'm maybe about a year into PRS shooting.
Okay, so I guess I'm the newest to it, and I want to show a little bit of, we came out here a few weeks back, guys, and I was trying to sight my rifle in, and I didn't know enough about it to sight it in, so I think we're a little bit further along. I've got the Tikka T3X Tac A1. $1,900 for the rifle only. The trigger is about 2.75 pounds, which is one of the features that I really liked. The action is as smooth as silk. It's got a really nice trigger pull. One thing I don't like about it is the proprietary magazines, although I bought an extra one, so I have 3, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I do love that it's got a collapsible stock, which I just think is very helpful for traveling, because this is quite a large, it's about a 50-inch with my Sam S on the front, which I don't have right now. It's being, the little work's being done on it right now. But it's about a 50-inch, roughly, tip to butt. And that's pretty big for transporting around. So I love the collapsible stock on it. It's got 24-inch bull barrel. And then on the top, I selected the Razor HD 3-18X. This is, again, a Ryan Cleckner recommendation. Don't go for the really long 25, 35, 50X magnification. He said you'll learn much better and you'll have a lot less wobble. So I bought that idea from him. And out of the box, it's a bit heavy, about 11 pounds out of the box, but 16 pounds as seen here without the with the Sam S, which I don't have right now since I mentioned it's out getting a little work done on it. But 16 pounds, a bit heavy. It's got a sub MOA guarantee, and if I can't achieve that, it's me and not the rifle. It's twofold. One is we want to find out at what point in your skills will ammo matter. So, for example, for me, if I'm shooting 2-inch groups, does ammo quality even matter? Should I be shooting an Aguila, or should I be shooting these Winchester all the time until I get better? That's going to be it's a part of the analysis we're going to do. And the other one is high cost ammo really worth it? Those are 2 questions we want to answer. So which one are you going for?
My first round, well, on my target.
Which target? Are you on the far left?
Far left.
And far left upper.
Here we go. Oh, there you go. All right, last one. Wow.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Just super inconsistent.
Yeah.
What do you
Three
guess?
of those are like on top of each other, and then 2 of them are absolute flyers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the Federal is probably gonna be the best, followed up by the Hornady.
Yeah.
I think the Hornady is going to be a better bang for your buck, probably.
We're going to find the best 5-shot group for each ammo type of the 5 ammo types. And this one, the first one, by the way, we can use a tape measure, typical what most people use at a range, or you can get a $10 digital caliper. This one got great reviews on Amazon. There's no brand name on it, which is crazy. It just says carbon fiber composites digital caliper. There's no brand name at all on it. However, it's got great reviews and it has worked so far very well. So the process we're going to take is try and find out we're going to drop 1 outlier, and then we're going to try and find the largest extreme measurement. If we drop the one out, I'm going to assume it's this one here. This measurement is going to be about 2.32 from center to center. Let's call it 2.33. Or is it going to be this one? It's going to be, this one's smaller. So we're going to drop out this one, and we're going to take the measurement on this one here. Pretty close to a 2 1/4. Maybe a teeny bit larger than that. Yeah, there you go. 2 1/4, 2.26. So the first one is a 2.26, and this is Jonathan in his T3X CTR Tikka.
That one I pulled a little bit.
Make McKinley has a few months, so he's pretty new to this as well. And McKinley had two that were the best of the three of us. He had the Winchester, which is this one here, and he had the S&B 142 grain boat hollow point, which is this one here. So let's see. I would say it's going to be eliminating this round here. I'm going to center to center is going to be about right about there, I think, and that's going to be about a 0.67.
You're buying T2s and you can't get it back.
The best way to save money is to use other people's stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm going to assume it's this one. We're going to eliminate this outlier and assume that it's going to be these two. This one looks pretty darn close to a 0.67 as well, but let me be really clear. It looks like it's identical. If you can see that, it is dead on center to center, 0.67 again. So I'm going to give that a 0.67 again. All right, Jonathan, what's next?
So this is the Hornady Match 147 grain ELDs.
And you're used to shooting these, but not the 147 grain, right?
Yeah, I've been shooting the 140s, and they're pretty good, but for my gun, they haven't been shooting any better than like the S&B.
Okay.
So I'm hoping maybe with a heavier bullet, my gun likes it better. We'll see some better results.
Let me get. Call it.
Money.
Sounds good to me.
Always good. Stack.
Was that 4 or 5?
4. Oh yeah, every single one of those is pretty much in the same hole.
And this is Jonathan in his T3X CTR Tikka. He also had another one of the best, and his Hornady 147 grain match was the best of the three of us. And that's this one down here. Trying to get to the center of the bottom round, which I'm not, and then the center of the top round, which I am. I'd say I'm at the center of the bottom round right now. Let's call that a 0.62. And then the last one is the third shooter, which is me, which I cannot believe I got any on the board here. I've got 0 experience, so this is probably a bit of a fluke that I even got on the board here. But I have the, I kept on experimenting as I was going through this and trying to get better and better. Listening to Jonathan, listening to McKinley give me some pointers, and they gave me several, and then I came up with this idea that my vertical line, and this is crazy, I know this is simple for a lot of you guys, you're gonna sit there and say, of course you do it this way, but I've been using the 0.1 MOA dot as the center, and that's all I really looked at, but I should be looking at the horizontal line here in the reticle and the horizontal and the vertical line here in the reticle, and I started doing that on this one. So you eliminate this one. This is obvious. You eliminate this one, and then we dial down center to center. There's 4 shots in this group here, and yeah, I'd say right about, I'd say it's a 0.39. Yeah, I call it a 0.39. That's a 0.39. Adding cost per round at group size helps to see if there are any standouts in this test. Obviously, cost is not a constant, but I did buy all ammo from Outdoor Unlimited on the same day. There are many ways to do a cost-performance analysis, but let's keep it simple so I can go buy some ammo. Aguila, 2.26 inches at $1.05 a round. Winchester was 0.67 inches at $1.10 a round. That's only a nickel more. S&B 0.67 inches at $1.40 a round. Hornady match was 0.62 inches at $1.80 a round. Federal Sierra 0.39 inches at $1.90 a round. There was a big reduction in group size for a nickel more for the Winchester. It's kind of like saying it's a nickel more for a 1.59 inch smaller group. That's an easy decision. The 3 rounds across the middle were statistically the same for all but the high-end precision shooters. They would choose the Hornady, competing for 1/100th of an inch. The Federal Sierra Matchking had by far the smallest group at about a 37% smaller and only a dime more per round than the Hornady ELD 147. Both of these are great match rounds, and neither is a bad decision. This was all very helpful, but it was still unclear to me which was the best bang for the buck for this test, so I created another tool. This helped answer the 2 questions that I posed at the beginning of this video. At what point in my skill development does ammo quality matter? The answer is that if I could not do better than a 2-inch group, then it wouldn't matter until I could master the fundamentals better. In this case, it did matter and led me to the second question. Is high-cost ammo worth it? I'd say that depends on the application. If I'm pinging steel at 200 yards on a mini ADAP target, I like the Winchester 125 grain open tip dollar for performance. Looking at our best value for performance analysis shows 2 rounds that stood out in this test. We simply multiplied the best group size by the cost per round. The last column shows the best performance bang for the buck. Lower numbers mean better dollar performance. I encourage you to try it and let me know the results you get. I will buy the Winchester 125 grain open tip for range training and the Federal Sierra for longer range PRS challenges. No doubts results will vary for you, but I found this to be very helpful to identify rounds based on specific performance rather than marketing performance. I'd like to do a runoff between the Hornady Match 147 ELD and the Federal Sierra Match King. If anyone is interested in sponsoring a future project, I can see bifurcating the range ammo and match ammo for a deeper dive in testing with these and other ammo types. Next up is an analysis on 6.5 Creedmoor for hunting accuracy and takedown power for mid to large size game. We're also working on super military grade materials ballistics projects to test how to make an impenetrable fortress from common building materials. This is some really cool stuff. If you're particularly experienced in PRS and these types of ammo, please comment. We learn a lot from both the good and the critical comments from you guys. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share to see the ammo, training, and special materials testing coming up.